Hey everyone, it's Kaylin, and I'm so glad you've chosen to join me and, Remy as well on the mat here today for this Feel Good Pilates flow. So this is going to be a full body workout. We're going to find some core strength and stability, some overall strength and toning, as well as mobility and flexibility. So you should feel amazing by the time you are done. I wanted to mention real quick though about my new website that just recently launched, mvmtwithkaylin.com, which includes a member plan option on there with some longer videos that are released weekly, pre-programmed monthly calendars, as well as some other skill-based tutorials and classes. So if you get a chance, please go ahead and check that out and let me know if you have any questions. But otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. So we are going to start in a seated position, facing the end of your mat. So while you're here, let's just start by drawing the hands on the back of the thighs, drawing the shoulders down and lifting the spine up nice and tall. So already you're going to feel lots of core work, front, side, and back body here. And we're trying to find that neutral spine alignment, right? So we don't want to be rounding or leaning forward. We don't want to be leaning back or rounding backwards. All right. And we don't want to be popping the ribs too much either. So let's just find that nice neutral position. And we're going to take a deep inhale here at the top. And then on your exhale, you're going to start to round the spine, pulling the low back down and away from the legs. And then we're going to roll back up to seated and coming to that neutral spine position at the top. And again, we exhale to round. Inhale to lift and lengthen. And exhale to round. Inhale, lift. And one more like that. Exhale. Scooping that belly, find that deep core connection here, and then roll it back up to seated. Now go ahead and send those arms forward so the arms are parallel with the floor. You still have that tall spine here. This time on your exhale, you're going to roll all the way down to the mat. So think lower back will come down first, mid back, upper back, and then arms reach back. And then we exhale as we roll it back up to seated. Inhale, lengthen at the top. And then exhale, we do that again, round down. Find this control. This is not only about the core, but it's also about mobilization of our spine. So you want to feel this nice movement in each vertebra of the spine as we roll up and down. So really try to find that, especially in that lower back, that lumbar spine, where we can tend to be really stuck and tight. See if you can find the movement of each of those vertebrae there. Let's do one more. Inhale, arms come back. Exhale, roll up, lift, and lengthen. Now, we're going to take an exhale, come halfway down into that C curve again. I want you to hold it here. Keep that curve in your spine. We're going to lift and lower just a little bit. Think of moving right from the rib cage, using those upper abs to help you lift you up. Just a couple inches up, a couple inches down. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we'll roll it all the way down to the mat. Go ahead and bring those arms back behind you. And then you can bring the arms down by your sides. I'm just going to scoot myself down just a little bit. And once you get there, I want you to find your neutral spine here on the floor. And then draw those legs up to a tabletop position. And we're going to take the arms up towards the ceiling. And we're going to find an ab curl with an alternating toe tap. So taking your inhale here, on the exhale, you're going to lift into your abdominal curl, tap your right toe down to the mat. And then as you lower your head down, you lift that right leg up. Switch other side, lift, left toe taps down, and then we bring it back. And exhale, lift. Oops, I did that wrong leg. Now you want to think of hinging right at the hip joint. So the shape of the knee will never change. It's always going to stay in that 90-degree angle. Good. Exhale, tap and lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale. If you need to keep the head down and just tap the toes, that's fine. Or maybe you keep the legs where they are and just do that abdominal curl. This is your last one. All right, now from here, we're gonna move into single leg stretch. So another abdominal exercise. This time, lift into your ab curl, stay, pull that right leg into your chest, reach the left leg long, and then we switch and switch, reach. So feel your belly pulling up and away from those moving legs. The shoulders stay down. Let's do 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Go ahead and bring it all the way back down. Take a deep breath here. We're going to move into our double leg stretch. So we're going to exhale, come back into that abdominal curl, hands on top of both legs. Now stay lifted in your ab curl. Inhale, shoot those arms and legs out opposite directions. Exhale, circle the arms around, bend the knees in. Inhale, out. Exhale, in. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, in. 3 more. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Bring it all the way in. Lower the head back down. All right, next we're gonna do some windshield wipers with the legs. You have a couple options. You can keep the knees bent. This is gonna be more of a beginner modification, or you can straighten the legs up towards the ceiling. Whichever way you're gonna do, you're gonna bring your arms out to T arms out to the floor and really press the back of the arms and your shoulders into the mat. Keep the shoulders connected. We're gonna take the legs over to the right. The opposite left hip will come off the mat. Reach them over, and then we exhale, bring it back to center. Use your core. Inhale to the other side. Inhale over, right hip comes off. Exhale, use your core, bring it back into center. Try to keep the knees right directly over the hips. Exhale, back center. It's harder without longer legs. If you need to bend the knees into tabletop, they would be at 90-degree angle. You do that same thing, keeping the legs glued together. Exhale, back center. Good. Inhale over. Exhale, lift. Let's do 1 more each side. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. Go ahead and bend the knees in. I want you to do a circle with your pelvis along the floor, circling in one direction first. So knees, pelvis, hips are all moving in that circle. And then go ahead and reverse. Whew. Hopefully you guys felt those abs, got some great abdominal work there. I want you to go ahead and roll yourself up to a seated position. So we're back where we started here. Now I want you to bring your legs nice and long. So if that's hard to do and still get a nice tall spine, bend your knees a little bit, just like we did at the beginning of the class. And we're going to do a seated spine twist. So we just moved the lower body. Now we're going to twist the upper body instead. So arms are going to come out to your T. I want you to grow tall through that spine. Stay tall as you inhale, rotate. You're going to pulse, pulse, and then switch other side. Pulse, pulse. Now this whole time that you're doing this, you're feeling an imaginary string attached to the crown of your head, reaching the spine and the crown of the head taller up towards the ceiling. So no collapsing or rounding through that spine. Good. Twist, pulse, pulse. And here we are again, mobilizing that spine into rotation now instead of kind of flexion and roll downs like we did at the beginning. Good. Last one. And then bring it back to center. Now, I want you to stay here. We're going to do a spine stretch, but with our legs together. So sitting up nice and tall here. Arms are forward. We take an inhale. Start to bring chin to chest as we peel the spine down and forward, one bone at a time. Now here in this position, we're not collapsed. Want to keep the arms parallel with the floor and the belly lifting in and up. And then we stack the spine back up to seated. Shoulders down. Good, let's do that again, chin to chest. We round the belly, scoop, like we're coming up and over a big beach ball, and we're trying to find as much length through the front body as we are in the back body. And we do that again, chin to chest, round it over. And then we bring it all the way back up. We're going to do one more just like that. Chin to chest, peeling the spine down. Reach and then stack and lift. Very nice. All right, let's go ahead and face the side now. Now we're going to do a little version of a kneeling side plank here. So I want you to extend the top leg. Bottom knee is going to stay on the floor and your hand will stay grounded as well. Now we're going to use our glutes, especially of this bottom leg, to lift us up into a side plank position. So let's start that first. When we lift up, we press the glutes and the hips forward. Take this top arm, we're going to reach it overhead. And then we're going to lower back down just to tap the hips. That's it. And then we bring it right back up. So you will never fully land onto the mat. We want to stay engaged in that upper body as well. And in these side obliques that are doing quite a bit of work too to lift and lower. Good. And lower. Lift, squeeze the glutes forward and lower. Let's do 2 more. Lift and lower. Last one, lift. Now stay here. Make sure that wrist is right underneath that shoulder. I want you to bring that top arm up to the ceiling. Take that top leg, extend it out nice and long. All right, now we're going to take an inhale here. Exhale, we're going to round, bring that upper body and that arm underneath the arm, the bottom arm. Good. Inhale, we open. Exhale, hips stay still, just the upper body rounds. Good. Inhale, we open. Exhale to round. Good. Last 2. Keep that top leg lifted. Last one. Exhale, round. Good. Inhale, send it back up towards the ceiling and then take the foot down and then lower the spine all the way down. Go ahead and bend the knees and let's get a little counter stretch on the other side. Draw your shoulders back down and together to keep that chest open. And then we bring it all the way up and then swing your legs around. Let's do the same thing other side. So hand right underneath that shoulder and top leg reaching long. Now again here, bottom leg is grounded. We're going to use those glutes. Press them up and forward. Reach that top arm overhead and then we bring it down just to tap and then send it right back up. So we're not only getting strength in the glutes here, lower body, we're finding some strength and some stability in the shoulder and also using those obliques here as well on that bottom side while getting a nice stretch on the top side here. Good, let's do 2 more. Last one. Good, lift and hold. Make sure you're set up appropriately. Shoulder over the wrist. Now take that top arm up to the ceiling. Send this top leg straight out. Good. Squeeze your glutes. Take an inhale here. Exhale, round. Bring that top arm under. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Just 2 more. Keep that top leg lifted. I know it's hard. We're using glutes here on both legs. Last one. Good. Lift. Take that foot down. Lower the hips. Lower the legs. All right. Let's go ahead and find that counter stretch on this side. Take that top arm up and over. Again, shoulders draw down and together. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And then go ahead and bring it all the way back up. All right, we're going to come into a forearm plank now. So go ahead and turn towards the floor and come onto those forearms here with the shoulders right over those elbows. So slide the shoulders down, really press yourself away from the floor just to make sure you have some stability and some strength in that upper body. Now we're going to take the legs out into that full plank position. If that's not possible, go ahead and stay on your knees. And make sure to lower your hips so that they're in line with the rest of the body and the neck is nice and long. All right, so we're gonna start to lift and pulse a single leg. We're just gonna do 2 pulses and then alternate. So we're gonna lift that right leg, pulse it up, 1, 2, lower it down, switch other leg, lift, 1, 2, and lower. Good, lift. Now you're trying to lift that leg without changing or twisting the body. or moving the hips. Lift, pulse, pulse. If that doesn't work for you, just go ahead and come down to the knees or just stay still with both feet on the mat. Pulse, pulse. Good, lower, pulse, pulse. Lower, one more each side. Last one. Good, and then lower to the knees for a moment. Sit the hips back into a child's pose, knees together. We're gonna come forward again. In just a second, take one more deep breath here. And then exhale, go ahead and bring it forward again onto your forearms. All right, so set back up into your forearm plank. Now, we're gonna pike the hips up. So we come from plank position, lift the hips. You're in a V shape, head is by your arms, and then you're gonna go ahead and bring it back forward into plank. Let's do that again. Lift the hips. Good, feel your chest, stretch through your shoulders, and then bring it back forward. Good, let's do 3 more. 3. Last 2. And last one. Go ahead and stay here in this pike position. Keep your left toes on the mat. I want you to extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Now holding this here, we're gonna pulse that leg up and back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bend the knee to open up that hip just for a nice hip opening stretch here. Now while you're here, make sure your core is pulling in and you're not sinking into those shoulders. It's staying nice and strong and stable. All right, go ahead and lower that foot down. Come back forward into that plank position. One more inhale here. Exhale, lift it back up to pike. All right, go ahead and lift that left leg up. Hips still squared off towards the floor. We pulse it back and up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Open the knee, open the hip. Find this nice stretch. Feels so good on the hip. And then go ahead and extend it back out. Lower the toes down. This time when you come forward, you'll lower those knees and sink back into that child's pose. All right, I want you to stay here for a moment. Just take some deep breaths here. We're gonna take a quick break and then I'll meet you right back here for the rest of class. Now we're gonna come back forward, placing your hands down to the mat, and you're gonna stay on your knees here. Find just a kneeling plank position. We're gonna be here for just a moment. Again, make sure the hips are in line with the rest of the body. Pull that core in nice and strong. And we're gonna lower the upper body down very slowly, staying in that nice long line until we come all the way down to the mat. And then we release. And then make sure your legs are extended, maybe a little wider than hip distance apart. And the hands here are coming right underneath the shoulders. And staying in that position, I want you to keep your forehead down, shoulders down and back. Pull the belly in, engage your glutes. We're gonna start with swans. We're gonna press into the hands, start to lift the heart and chest here. Gotta keep that core pulling in so we're not using that lower back. And then exhale, lower. Okay, let's do that again. Inhale, shoulders down, heart lifts. Good. And then we lower it down. We're gonna do 3 more just like that. Good, so find your neck reaching long so that your shoulders are not way up by your ears. And lower. Let's do 2 more. So great exercise for better posture and really starting to strengthen that back body and open up the front body. Good, lift. And lower. All right, so go ahead and prep yourself onto your forearms now. Elbows right underneath those shoulders. We're moving into single leg kick. So legs are now gonna be together, squeezing together. Your glutes are still engaged, belly's lifted, shoulders are back and down. Go ahead and flex your right ankle, pulse that leg in, kick, kick, and then bring it away, switch, kick, kick, and switch. So the goal here is finding stability in that upper body, in that core, while we move the lower body. So you should be feeling this in your hamstrings and your glutes here. Good, kick, kick, reach, kick, kick, reach. Good, 3 more sets. 3, 2, check in with that upper body. Is it still connected and strong and stable? All right, now lower it all the way down. We're gonna move into double leg kicks. So you're gonna turn one cheek towards the floor, clasp your hands behind your back, legs stay glued together, belly in, glutes engage. We kick both legs in, 3, 2, 1. We lift, reach, lengthen, arms and legs up and back. Lower down, other side, kick 3, 2, 1. Lift, reach, lengthen, and lower. Good, 3, 2, 1. So now upper and lower body are extending and lifting. Good, lower, 3, 2, 1. Good, reach, extend. Lower, 1 more set, 3, 2, 1. This one feels so good. That whole back body's working. Front body opening. Okay, this time lower all the way down. I want you to place your hands under your shoulders. Come into an all fours position and find your cat and cow. So I want you to accentuate that cat motion, finding that round spine lifting up through your belly. And then inhale through neutral, find a little extension, but I really want you to focus on that rounding of that lower back. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. And last one, inhale. And exhale. All right, now I want you to widen the knees. I want you to sink back into a child's pose. And then we're going to come back forward into your cat shape. So a little bit of rounding in the spine. And then bring it back, more extending through the spine, lengthening into child's pose. And then exhale, bring it forward, rounding that spine and dropping that head. Okay, let's do 2 more just like that. Inhale back to child's pose. Exhale, lift, scoop, and round. Last one. Inhale, send it back. Exhale to round. All right, go ahead and sit it down now into a crisscross position or whatever shape you can comfortably sit in. So maybe that's on your knees, and that's perfectly fine. So I want you to just find that tall spine here, sitting up nice and tall. Shoulders, let's just roll them up, down, and back 1 time and drop them away from the ears. So I want you to start to twist to your right. You're going to take that opposite hand to opposite knee, and we're going to grow tall as we look over that right shoulder and lengthen. And then go ahead and bring it through center. We're going to move right to the other side. Twist, lengthen, grow tall. Good, now bring it back to center here. I want you to take those arms, you're gonna clasp your fingers, press the arms forward, round the spine as you bring the arms forward, and then inhale, grow tall. Lengthen, side body. Exhale, do that again, scoop and round, bring it back. Good, inhale, grow tall. Hold it here. I want you to separate the hands, turn your palms to face behind you, and then slowly lower those arms down as you stretch out the front of the chest. And then the arms will come down by your sides. All right, thank you guys. That felt so good. Hopefully you feel strong, mobile, and just feel better overall. So let me know what you thought in the comments below. I'm gonna link a couple of videos here. So I'm gonna link a video that I think would be great for you up here, and I'm gonna link my most recent video before this one down here. So if you get a chance to go check those out. I also have lots more videos on my channel as well. So thank you guys so much for joining me here today, and I look forward to seeing you at the next one.